Thank you for taking some time for yourself. And if you can close your eyes, and when you breathe in, you can expect to breathe out. Chest rising and falling, relaxing into this experience. And you can presume you can create a relaxing experience for yourself. Stretch out. Feel the support of the chair supporting you deeper into this experience, and you can even predict you've slowed down. And I really don't know the last time you got to leave life's nonsense out there, to be here, creating this time for yourself. Thank you for being here. You make the world a better place. And I'm curious if you can forecast how deeply you can relax. And what some clients love about hypnosis is the ability to liquefy any tension in your muscles, fascia, every fiber of their body, turning into gooey liquid. Relax and have the tension melt out of their body into a pool of liquid on the floor. What a magical feeling it is to feel wonderful. Way over there, if you can imagine a circle on the ground and have all your problems in the form of thin cardboard cutouts of paper on the floor, way over there in the circle, and you can begin to enjoy the space, the distance. And if you were to have a gear stick, 0 out of 10 completely numb, 10 out of 10 full of sensations and feeling, I'm curious if you can calibrate to 0 out of 10 now. Totally numb from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Perfect. And if you were to think of a time now when you were totally powerful, felt completely loved, a time you could have whatever you wanted, a time you felt really energetic, And take that feeling to a 5 out of 10 now. Shifting the gear stick 6 out of 10. 7 more intense. Visual sound. Notice your posture. 8, 9, and if you can, 10 out of 10 now. Just adjust it now to the right level for you. Perfect. And in the past, you've been feeling anxious, stressed, or worn out. Now, I'm not sure if you're aware, during COVID-19, there were 264 million cases of anxiety throughout the world. You are not alone. But the good news is, it's got nothing to do with you. There's a process to it. And in a moment, I'm going to share with you a few stories. And at first, you might be thinking, why am I sharing with you these stories? But your subconscious mind will be listening and do something wonderful a little later on. And you can know that experience when you order online grocery. You've chosen a 2-hour window when they will arrive. And you can know the time to catch a train or bus, or when your parcel might arrive from eBay. But the truth is, we never really know. Have we all not experienced groceries running late? Trains, buses, and parcels never arriving? We think we know, but the fact is we don't. And if you were asked to get into a swimming pool, most people would. And if you were asked to dive into a pool, some would and some wouldn't. But if you were asked to jump off the highest diving tower into a swimming pool, most wouldn't. We would all stand there and think, no, and walk back down the stairs. But if you saw someone you love drowning below, screaming for help, most of us would jump in and help. And to quote Nelson Mandela, I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who doesn't feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Maybe you've heard of the story of 2 roads. One road is straight and flat, the other ups and downs, twists and turns, darkness and light. What path do you take? The choice is yours. And it reminds me of when Tony Hawk, the famous skateboarder, tried to stretch himself. He decided to build a hot loop. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen toy cars, Hot Wheels, the tiny little cars that race upside down in a giant loop or double loop. And Tony Hawk built a hot loop just because no one had ever done it before. And it was cool. No one else had the money to build something like it. And he knew it was physically possible. If you can do it with Hot Wheels, you can do it with a skateboard, right? And so the hot loop was built and designed. And to quote Tony Hawk, I'll never forget driving up and seeing it. A wave of fear just crashed over me. What did I do? Are you serious? I made a loop. Am I really going to do this? And I'm the only one volunteering to do this. He had to internalize and say to himself, you keep telling yourself you know this is possible. Now is the time. And little by little, moment by moment, he figured it out. That he took some heavy hits that day. And you can see Tony go round with his stack hat and knee pads on, go upside down and knee skid out the other end, almost a flying faceplant. But months later, the loop was on tour with Tony, and everyone would use it every single night. He said he had to really step back and say, okay, you can do this. Maybe it is. Courage is you know what to do, and you do it. And not having courage is you know what to do, and you don't do it. But Tony Hawk says courage is when you fall over and stand back up. But you and I both understand why he would use those particular words. And I'm curious if you can now shift your gear to a time you felt totally powerful, totally loved. A time you could have it all. A time you felt totally energetic. That's right, this is your state. And shift your gear stick now. Amplify your state. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if you can, 10 out of 10. And in a moment, I'm going to ask you to step inside the circle of your problems, full of cardboard cutout. But any time your gear stick shifts below 8 out of 10, I want you to step out of that circle and recharge. Ready? Calibrate your state to 7, 8, 9 out of 10 and step inside the circle now. Perfect. And I really don't know if you just felt courage reminded yourself of how brave you are, maintaining 8, 9, 10 out of 10 of your state. Perfect. Step outside the circle now and ensure you calibrate your state to a 7, 8, 9, 10. Stepping back inside the circle now, maintaining your state. Perfect. While you're here, you might as well time travel to 10 years from now, 20 years from now, creating your future. And how wonderful it feels. Because sometimes you just never know how wonderful things can turn out. When you're ready to orient yourself back to your external world, bringing your state with you at the right level you choose, you can begin to stretch out, wriggle your fingers and toes, take a few passionate breaths, open your eyes. Welcome back. You're perfect, just as you are.